Hey everyone, it's I King Mike X here with another Dragalia last video. Today I'm gonna be talking about we finally got the announcement of Gala Dragalia, and oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. So of course it ends up being Gala Leaf is our Gala Dragalia unit. Now this almost guarantees that the new adventure we're gonna be getting is probably the future Zephyr or Zephyr or normal Zephyr. It's uncertain, but we'll see what happens. Um, so the now, so this is Gala Leaf. Gala Leaf is a wind sword defense unit, and honestly, he might make Gala Rancho even more irrelevant, which is unfortunate because I do like Gala Rancho. I think his mechanic is kind of interesting, but Gala Leaf might put him to shame. So I feel like he needs some MC. So here's what his Gaudi's standard is. His skills. His first skill is Feathered Gale does 1 damage to surrounding enemies and reduces their defense by 5% for 20 seconds. And the defense reduction will not stack. And now here's the interesting thing. It says that this skill is used during Shielding Stance. A variant called Sparrow's Protection will be used instead. What did I say? My bad, that was grammar. And in Sparrow's Protection increases the user's defense by 60% for 15 seconds. Then there's Pinion Slash, which deals wind damage to enemies in the line and reduces their strength by 5% for 20 seconds. Just like Feathered Gale, the strength reduction will not stack. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm messing up grammatically. Yeah. Then there is Poison Foes takes extra damage. Now during Shielding Stance, it will become Parrying Slash, which inflicts poison and does increase damage against foes with reduced defense. So you have two punishers in the skill where his normal one does extra damage to poison enemies, while in his Shielding Stance it poisons them, allowing him to use his which works with his regular one, but it also does more damage against enemies with reduced defense. So it works with Feathered Gale, the regular one. So yeah, that's the interesting thing. Now he has a unique co-ability which works well with other people, which is reduced strength and defense punisher, where it would do increased damage to enemies with the reduced strength or defense by 8%, and it benefits your whole team. This actually works pretty well, especially with Gala Alex, who also has a defense punisher. So this just adds more. And he has strength double buff, which works with him because he has defense. Because his Shielding Stance, he has a defense buffer, a really good defense move. So this works well with him. Now his abilities, this is where it gets really cool. Debuff skill time plus 20%. We've never had this. So whenever they have a debuff, an enemy's debuff or bleeding, it lasts 20% longer. That is, well, specifically bleeding and anything that reduces strength and defense. So no status ones, but that's okay. This is amazing. Then there's Flurry Strength and White Sparrow, which makes him immune to Freeze and Bog. So yeah, he's looking to be really good. Gala might be one of the premier wind units. It's looking like. Next, we have Radiant Zhuan. Now the Gala is only here for the Gala banner. The other banner that's going to be after this one will have these next 3 units. Radiant Zhuan has Surging Light, where it deals light damage to enemies in the line, reduces their strength by 10% for 10 seconds, and inflicts paralysis. Now, if this skill is used after the user's charge gauge has filled, a variant called Bright Flash will be used instead. Bright Flash deals light damage to enemies in a line and reduces their strength by 25% for 10 seconds. And paralyzed foes take extra damage. So this is another case of like so this is also really good. And then there's Coalescent Light, which partially fills the user's charge gauge and adds 20% to the user and nearby teammate's shadow resistance for 10 seconds. Now, the shadow resistance increase will not stack, And if the skill is used after the user's charge gauge has failed, a variant called Light Stream will be used instead. Light Stream increases the strength of the user nearby allies by 20% for 15 seconds. In addition, Light Stream adds 40% to the user and nearby teammates' shadow resistance and inspires the entire team, which basically means the next hit will be like a critical hit, a strong one. No, I think that's what Inspire is. The shadow resistance increase will not stack. Now, this one is interesting because actually Coalescent, so we'll go over it. She has skill, no unique co-ability, and chain co-op is but here's her abilities. And she is a one unit. So it's Jihe's Radiance, which fills 100% of the skill gauge at the start of quest, so skill prep 100, and grants the user a charge gauge. The charge gauge fills when Coalescent Light is used, and the amount charge gauge fills increases based on the number of team members in Coalescent Light's area of effect when it is used. When the gauge is completely filled, Surging Light, Coalescent Light, and the user's Force Strike will each be upgraded once. These upgrades will not stack and will be consumed on use. The upgrade Force Strike, we already know what the skills are, but the Force Strike will lower foes' paralysis resistance, which could be really good because it can and also she has poison res, which could be useful when we get the Shadow Akito, which probably won't be till August, and debuff skill time plus 20%. Same. Now there's so the reason why Coalescent Light, why this is peculiar, whether she's good or bad, is because it all depends on the Coalescent Light, depending on how much it fills, like how many times you have to do it. Because if you get all, because the more people that are nearby when you activate it, the more it fills up. So if all four party members are there and it fills it up all the way, then that's fine. But if it doesn't and you have to use it like twice, or if you have to do it 2 times, then Coalescent Light has to have a low SP cost. Otherwise she's not going to be useful. Otherwise it's going to be it's going to kind of suck. Next is Zhu Baji, an attack unit, axe unit, which is good because we don't have many good light axe units besides Dragon Manoa. So first up is his first skill, deals Bursting Fury, which is shareable. Deals light damage to enemies directly ahead and inflicts stun. The lower the user's HP, the more damage the skill does. This skill deals. So this is another unit like Belina, Aldred, Celeria, Veronica, and Curran. Actually, more like Curran. But here's what his skill is. Macho Charge. Makes the user... Now, here's the bad part. The first part is makes the user unhealable for 10 seconds. That's not really the best. Here's where it gets good, though. If the user's HP is below 30% of max HP when using this skill, it increases the user's strength by 20% for 10 seconds. Okay, that's a good one, but here's where it comes useful. If the user's HP is above or equal to 30% of max HP, it reduces their HP to 20% of max HP and grants them a one-use diversion shield that nullifies damage less than 8% of the user's maximum HP. And they can stack with ordinary shields. Now, this is good and bad. It's good because of the fact of the matter is, if you're at 30% HP or great, like let's just say if you're kind of getting low, but you're at like 30% or maybe a little bit more than that, but not by much, you can use this and save yourself, and it could be really helpful. Then this defense plus 15 is his co-ability. No unique co-abilities, only Leaf gets the one. And here's his ability, Rampaging Boar. This is where, so I say ZPG, I talked about it, how he's the current and other stuff, but he's also kind of like the Monster Hunter units, and it's because of this one. Rampaging Boar 2 grants the user a unique Force Strike that deals increased damage to paralyzed enemies and has 3 increasingly powerful charge levels. In addition, they are immune to knockback while charging their Force Strike. So yeah, there's also Curse Res and Resilient Offense, plus 10%. So he can go to 30% each time he draws a 30. So he's an interesting unit. I'm hoping he's good, but we'll see. Oh, and the other one unit they also talked about that Sha Wujing is going to be 4-star. It looks like. And then there's Tai Shan Gangzhu, who is the dragon. That and she is the dragon. So she is an HP and skill haste dragon, which is good, but unfortunately she has the worst skill out of all the other HP and skill haste dragons, because hers is it's Shinobi skill. She deals light damage to enemies in light and energizes the entire team. Now normally that would be good, except for the problem of the fact is it's an HP skill haste dragon. I mean, take a look at the other HP skill haste dragons. We have on Wind, we have Freya, who has one of the most overpowered heals in the game and can energizes the entire team, but does an overpowered heal. Probably the second highest the second highest healing in the game behind. Actually, no, I think Freya's is stronger than Phoenix's because it lasts longer. So yeah, Freya's is amazing with the most overpowered heal. Then we have that was the first one. Then we got Halloween Maritimus, whose skill which heals allies, but also sets up a buff zone that makes it where that lasts for 10 seconds, then increases the skill damage of adventurers in it by 30%. And then we have the last one, and then the last one we have is the most recent one we have before this one was Azazel, who's great because which is a shadow dragon and is great because he poisons the enemy and gives them poison and gives all teammates poison punisher. That is very, which, I mean, yeah, that's different, but the main reason why it's so good is because a lot of it's useful. It's a utility. It's more of a I mean, yeah, that's just always a utility dragon. This one is like, if it's not high damage, it's kind of worthless. There's a reason why. I mean, like Shinobi it works with because he's a DPS dragon, but this one they're giving a DPS type skill to. They're giving it mostly a DPS type skill to a healing dragon. It's not really much utility. So I'm going to be summoning for this like crazy because I want to get Gala I really want because he looks amazing. So yeah, there's that. And I'm pretty sure the other units are going to be permanent. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you want to leave a like, click that like button if you like the video, as well as leave a comment if you have any suggestions and give your personal opinions on what you think of this Gala. Lastly, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when any of my videos go up. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.